Hey family, Kee Kee Soto here, Urban Girl Gardening. Welcome back to my channel. I am in zone 5B, and today I'm going to take you guys outside with me to plant some beans alongside my corn. But I want to choose which beans I'm going to be planting. You know what? Let me see. Contender. A lot of people think that when you plant your beans with your corn, it has to be a pole variety. That's not true. You're going to get the same exact benefits. Now, I think I will plant, hold on, this one. Oh, this was over here in another stash. Some Kentucky Wonder. These are pole beans in one area. And then maybe these Provider beans. These were great last season. I'll plant the Provider beans, which are bush bean, in another area. All right, let's wrap this up, close this up, and let's get out to the garden. Okay, so the first area of corn that we have planted is this bed here. You guys actually planted this area with me, but the birds were watching. Originally, we planted this corn here, and this is the double red sweet corn. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, 5. And I kept coming back and putting more corn in here because I would see like little holes. And the birds were pecking around and they got to it. And then I came out today and I saw these. The birds are still out here causing stress and distress in my life. But anywho, so now what I have planted with this is it's butter and sugar corn. And I don't care if they cross because they're both sweet corn. So it is what it is at this point. I'm going to show you guys how I plant my beans. I'm going to make a hole in between each corn plant. I'm just going to go ahead and drop my beans right in. And hopefully we won't have any critters digging up my beans. Haven't decided yet which bean I'm going to plant here, but the night is still young. We shall see. Corn is one of my favorite crops to grow. I almost always have success growing corn, and when I didn't have as much success, the reason for that, I believe, is because the corn wasn't getting enough nitrogen. So then I decided that every time I grew corn, I would include beans. Beans naturally pull nitrogen from the air, and corn is a heavy nitrogen feeder, so the beans feed the corn. And this is why I said it doesn't matter if you use pole beans or bush beans or even peas, although by the time you're planting corn, it's usually too hot to be planting peas, but it's y'all garden, not mine. So you can do what you want, both will work. But yeah, so I always plant beans with my corn. And in the years where I didn't, I noticed that the corn, I mean, it grew, but it didn't grow as lush and as aesthetically pleasing as the corn that had beans growing with it. So I got a few holes here, and I'm going to decide which beans we're going to use. Okay, so we've got the Kentucky Wonder. This is a pole bean. And we have the Provider bean. This is the bush bean. And now that I think about the varieties of corn that I'm growing, I am going to plant the bush beans over here because this is sweet corn. The other area is popcorn, and since these are climbers and the popcorn will have to stay in the ground. Those stalks will stay in the ground longer than the sweet corn. I'm gonna let these climb and do their thing with the popcorn. That makes sense. That's the logic that's in my head right now. One of the things that I love about planting beans with your corn is that it makes succession planting extremely easy. What succession planting is just planting your beans or your lettuce or any other crop that goes to or any other crop that matures quickly every few weeks, so that you have a constant rotation of crops coming in and you're not having to start over from seed and wait for another round of plants to get ready again. You can be constantly harvesting. And I got one more in my hand, so let's just stick that right in there. Okay, and that was easy. That was super easy. So I'm going to water this in, and I'll show you the other area where I'll be planting the pole beans. Okay, this area here is where the glass gem popcorn is growing. Jeremy and I planted 32 seeds here, and out of 32, 27 or 28 came up. That's great germination to me. So this is where I'm going to plant the Kentucky whole Wonder Beans, Kentucky Wonder Beans. Okay, so you'll hear different things from different people, and you'll hear both from me. Some people will tell you to wait until your corn is about at least 6 inches before you plant your beans. Some people will go ahead and plant them all together. I'm both people. I do both. I've had success both ways. It's just this way is how I'm doing it today. But I have done it both ways in the past. Last season I did it both ways, and both ways worked. So it's up to you. It's your garden. So what we're going to do here is dig a hole every, like, I'm going to say 3 inches. That looks like some corn trying to come up, so I won't disturb that one. Let's see. Now, when you plant your corn, it is best to succession plant, which means plant your corn every 2 weeks. But it's not just for succession planting. It's so that the corn doesn't tassel at the same time and cross-pollinate. Now, even though I do plant out my corns every few weeks, they all end up tasseling at the same time, and I haven't had cross-pollination. Maybe God just likes me. Maybe I've just been lucky. Go ahead and plant your corn every 2 weeks just to lessen the chance of cross-pollination. And pay attention to what varieties will produce sooner than others as well. Usually popcorn will take a full 90 days. Dent corn could take even longer. But then you have like early varieties like the early sun glow corn. That's like a 60, 70 day variety. So that makes a big difference too. You have baby corn that's like 30, 40 days. Okay, that's the whole pack. Hopefully we get some good germination. That pack said 25, and this is only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. That's a lot less than 25. In my garden, we got to do better. Approximately 25. Yeah. Even approximate, that's not it. That's not it, fam. Where'd you go? Get you in there. Look at that. Let's see. All right, we're gonna have to spread this around. Let's see. Let's get you in there. 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 And look at that. I'm already down to just 2, and I have way more holes than 2. Okay, let's get you in there. And then let's put you in there. That is disappointing. That's really disappointing. This definitely says approximate seed count 25, and I had 18 seeds. Okay, so this says it grows 5 to 6 feet vines, which is perfect. Most corn grows 5 to 6 feet, some even taller. Silver Queen that I grew last year was like at least a good 8-9 feet, maybe even taller. But anyway, so that's really good for them to climb up. And also it's only a 60-day variety, but some of them I will let stay on the corn stalks to dry out so that I can collect beans and never have to worry about not having enough again. Okay, so here's an example of beans and corn growing in perfect harmony. You can see how beautiful and lush the corn is, and I'm actually growing this corn in a 4-part grow bag, which I grew all my corn in last season. You guys saw that. This corn variety is early sun glow corn. It's a 63-day maturity 63 days to maturity. It's not my favorite corn, but I had the seed, so I was like, you know what, let me just do this. It'll be done early, it'll be a nice early harvest, and I have a different variety of beans growing in each section, so I'll show you guys. Let's see. This section I have Slippery Silks beans. And this back section here, I have Blorhilde beans. These are from At Home with Cherie, both the Slippery Silks and those Blorhilde beans. And then here, I have Mexican red beans growing, which I grew last year and I loved. And here I have black turtle beans growing, which I grew last year and also loved. I believe that I have so much success growing corn in these 4-part grow bags, not only because I'm growing beans, but also because corn likes to be close in bunches, not in rows, in bunches. And each section has 5 corn plants in it, and the pollination is usually amazing because all the corn is bunched in together, so the pollen it covers all of the tassels very well, all of the silks very well. So group your corn close together, it won't hurt. And that's it, guys. I hope that you found this video useful, helpful, informative, entertaining, all those good things. I hope you learned something. If you found it useful, please go ahead and give it a share, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on other social media. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, all Urban Girl Gardening. Check the description box for other ways for us to stay connected and to support my channel. Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all for real. Bye.